Jemiah Hargens knows the modest front yard at the corner of Angeles Vista Boulevard and Olympiad Drive like the back of his hand. A military brat who grew up moving from one country to another, he has traversed the yard's 970 square feet countless times. He and a small team of volunteers spent a month cultivating the land, installing equipment and planting sloping rows of vegetables, including bok choy, Tuscan kale, rainbow chard, red cherry tomatoes, basil and chives. It's enough to cause people in this View Park neighborhood, including their regular mailman, to gawk at the lush green grass transformed into a mini-farm. For a while, we thought it was just the typical landscaping job in View Park. And we were curious when we saw just how much work was going into it, said Ebr Sek, 40, who lives in the neighborhood and watched the farm come to life during walks with her children. Every day we would just pass and see it evolve. There are many beautiful things to see in this neighborhood. But by far, this is the most fascinating and inspirational. Sek said she was inspired to adjust a backyard landscaping project she began months ago to include more green space, and is now interested in making space for a microfarm. That's something Hargens, a 37-year-old with the easygoing but determined disposition of a youth minister, likes to hear. His Asante microfarm is named after a Swahili word meaning, thank you. According to the USDA, large swaths of South LA suffer from low access to fresh food. It's a problem even in some socio-economically better-off neighborhoods. In View Park, a majority black neighborhood where families earn more than $92,000 per year, the nearest grocery store is an Albertsons more than a mile away. Some residents have responded by turning to community gardens and mini-markets. Others are building small backyard gardens. The farm at Angeles Vista and Olympiad is a neat hybrid of these approaches. The success of Asante Microfarm is an example of the need for more innovative approaches to food sovereignty that are created by, for, and within the communities that have been systematically and strategically excluded from food production, said Pearson King, Agency Relations Manager at Food Forward, a nonprofit that brings fresh surplus fruits and vegetables to people experiencing food insecurity across Southern California. The Asante Microfarm is not a vegetable garden for private use, a large urban farm or community garden for a small group of green thumbs. Rather, Hargens has designed an urban farm just big enough to fit in a front yard, real estate most people use for decoration. Hargens wants to empower underserved communities while giving them access to fresh food by planting small, sustainable farms in lots across LA. Everybody is entitled to the nutrients beneath their feet. That applies to people in apartment buildings or condos, he said. They have the right to have local food.